Hey, welcome everybody. Let's make some baked egg bites. All right, but first, let's go ahead and have some coffee. So today I'm going to go ahead and have some iced coffee, and I'm going to use my Nuri vanilla milkshake. This one has 150 calories and it has 30 grams of protein. I'm going to go ahead and pour in the whole can, and it leaves just a little bit enough room. This week I'm using the cold brew Starbucks. This roast is very good. It's actually like a chocolate flavor, so it tastes like I'm having a chocolate milkshake. It's very good, very tasty. Sometimes I have it in the afternoon um, with a decaf cold brew. All right, now that I've had my sip, let's go ahead and start on these egg bites. So the first and two main ingredients is going to be your eggs and your cottage cheese. I use this low-fat cottage cheese for a half of cup. It's 70 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs, 0 fiber, but 12 grams of protein. So that's what adds the extra protein in your egg bakes, egg casseroles. I'm using these muffin cups, so I'm making egg bites, egg muffins, however you want to call them. You can use a 9x9 pan or a casserole dish, whichever you choose to make these. I'm also adding in my ham for some more extra protein. This ham for 2 ounces is 70 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 3 grams car, oh, excuse me, 0.3 grams of carbs, 0 fiber, and 9 grams of protein. For my cheese, this will be the sharp cheddar reduced fat shredded cheese. For a fourth a cup, it's 90 calories, 3.5 grams of fat, 2 grams of carb, 0 fiber, but 7 grams of protein. Now, I usually will use a block cheese, but I couldn't find any reduced. Also, for my broccoli here, I'm grabbed frozen broccoli. I didn't have the fresh broccoli because I knew I'd be making this a few days and I didn't want to risk it going bad. So with the broccoli, for 1 cup is 30 calories, 0 grams of fat, 4 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber, and 1 gram of protein. So let's go ahead and get this all in the bowl with the eggs. I'm going to crack these. I'm going to use about 8 eggs for this. You can use anywhere from 8 to 12 eggs, really, depending on if you're making it in a different dish. Oh, here I am thinking I'm cool with 1 cracked hand, didn't work. All right, so now it's time for that cottage cheese. I'm going to go ahead and use a full cup of cottage cheese. So just go ahead and dig in there, grab about a cup, and plop it in your eggs. All right, so from here I'm going to go ahead and add in my other ingredients. Oh my gosh, you guys, this ham didn't want to open for me. It was a pain. Like, why won't you open? I should have just ripped it open with a knife or something. So anyways, here we go. Tossing all that ham. I'm using the whole bag. And I used I'm showing it's 97% fat-free, I believe. All right, here's the shredded cheese. Now, I usually like to use blocked cheese, but I couldn't find any reduced fat. So I think I've already mentioned that, but if I didn't, anywho. So I threw in that cheese. I eyeballed it. I don't know how much I threw in there, just however much. So here's some broccoli. I did use half of the bag of that broccoli. Again, with the broccoli, I like to use fresh broccoli, but I knew I was going to be making this a few days later, so I didn't know if it would have gone bad. All right, spice time. I'm using my pink Himalayan salt, my favorite, some black pepper here, and then I'm using some garlic powder, and then a little bit more of the onion powder. I thought I should have used more. I like to spice it up. You can even throw in like other spices, whatever spices you want. Paprika, like whatever. All right. These cupcake liners, I just bought them from Amazon. I wanted to try them out. They're parchment paper lined. They're supposed to be really easy for when cooking them with eggs and muffins and stuff. I just had some really hard times with that, with the eggs sticking on previous muffin cups. So let's go ahead and scoop these in. Wow, look at me go. Go, Speed Racer. All right, so after that, you can kind of eyeball. I think I needed a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and, toss in a little bit more. Now, these don't rise as much as like a muffin would. They're just going to get a little bit bigger, just a little bit more than what you're putting in there. So you could put them all the way up to the top if you want. All right, let's go ahead and clean that up, make it look nice and pretty. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let these cool, and we'll have the kid try one.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it.